Welcome to the White Knight Theater. I'm not lying, my sister was really killed by him. The next photo that was supposed to be displayed shows Nicole's neck almost completely severed, connected to her torso only by some skin and tendons. In a photo taken on July 3rd, OJ said that he refused to make a statement when he went to the police station for questioning. He jokingly told me, "You know, Sheepo, I once dreamed that I killed Nicole." The above statement comes from a close friend of O.J. Simpson. Apart from being African American, he also has a special identity. He used to be a police officer. Would he know or discover something extra? How will the prosecution get him to testify against O.J.? Ajota, how will Simpson react? Chipu, I'm glad you could make it. We haven't seen each other since you were still a police officer, right? Dalton might be disappointed, but I'm friends with both O.J. and Nicole. My position in this case is very awkward. I know, but it doesn't matter. I didn't call you here to force you to testify against OJ, although I believe you already have an answer to who killed Nicole. Maybe, but I don't want to be involved in this anymore. I quit the police force years ago and started a business. Now I just want a peaceful life. If you think you can get something out of me, you're going to be disappointed. I just wanted to catch up. Recently, this case has been giving me a headache. Dalton called you and said the situation is complicated. Shipu, I'm sorry. I have to take this call, and I'll be right back. A few weeks ago, in order to break the deadlock, the prosecution began to reach out to O.J. Simpson and Nicole's mutual friends, especially those who used to be close to Simpson, but now tend to believe he is the murderer. Ronald Shipp thus entered the prosecution's contact list. Shipp has multiple labels: a mutual friend of Simpson and Nicole, a black man who worked in the LAPD for 15 years and had a good reputation. Prosecutor Dalton judged that if Shipp were willing to testify, it would surely deal a blow to the defense. To persuade Shipp, Dalton used a little trick. When he met with Shipp, he pretended to have something to attend to, left midway, but left a conspicuous envelope on the table. Inside the envelope were some photos, part of which were the life photos of the victims Nicole and Goldman, and the other part were photos of the crime scene with them in a pool of blood. These photos activated Shipp's past memories, which Dalton had already grasped. When Shipp was a street police officer, he was on duty at a crime scene for the first time and saw a 19-year-old blonde girl, naked all over, with bruises and lacerations from being beaten by a blunt instrument. Shipp even developed PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, and had to have regular psychological counseling for a long time afterward. Later, the police solved the case and found that the murderer was the girl's boyfriend at the time, who had been abusive several times before the murder. However, the girl's mother died of grief before hearing the news. Now, in front of Shipp was a similarly tragic scene. His once radiant and cheerful female friend Nicole lay dead outdoors, with her head repeatedly beaten by a blunt instrument and 4 fatal stab wounds on the left side of her neck. Shipp picked up the photos and looked at them for a few seconds, then silently put them back on the table, only to pick them up again. At that moment, the door opened. Sorry, Shipp? I have some business to attend to. I'm willing to testify. What? I'm willing to testify that O.J. is the murderer. I believe he killed Nicole and Goldman. You know, you don't have to force yourself. I know you and O.J. Simpson have been friends for many years. I must do this. It's my chance to bring the suspect who killed Nicole and Goldman to justice. Whether I'm still a police officer or not, I care about every person who has died. On February 1st, 1995, with Judge Lance Ito and the jurors in place, the witness Ronald Shipp took the witness stand. The prosecutor called Ronald Shipp to the witness stand. Mr. Shipp, please raise your right hand. Do you swear by to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in your testimony here in court? Ito, please introduce yourself. I am Ronald Shipp. Do you know the defendant O.J. Simpson? We were friends, up until today at least. I don't know what we are after today, since I'm sitting in the witness stand. Did Simpson ever share with you about his relationship with Nicole? After Nicole was murdered, I went to see O.J. alone. He told me that he refused to make a statement when he went to the police station for questioning. I asked him why. He jokingly said to me, "You know, Shipp, I once dreamed that I killed Nicole. I once dreamed that I killed Nicole." Ship's appearance on the stand was a surprise to Simpson and his legal team and a complete betrayal. After the trial, Simpson met with his legal team and lost his temper over this. What's going on here? Can someone explain to me? Prosecution suddenly brought Ship to the stand. He wasn't on the list of witnesses before. I want to know why Ship thinks I killed Nicole. We used to hang out all the time, and he knows my situation. Clearly, Dalton used some reason to persuade Ship. It's a common tactic to use him as a secret weapon against us. Grow up, it's a common thing. Don't give me that. Do you know why I've always been successful in the field and in business? Because I hate incompetence. If my teammates or business partners mess up, I'll talk to them immediately. If they can't handle the situation, then I'll take over. Do I need to do that now? Mr. Ghani, should I bring back Ship? Calm down, OJ. I need to ask you a few questions about Ship. Besides what he testified about today, is there anything else about you that Ship shouldn't know? Well, no. He's just a regular friend. Because he has some police connections, I sometimes ask him to look up some vehicle information for me. OJ, has he ever helped you with personal matters? Maybe once around 5 or 6 years ago, in 1989, I had a little argument with Nicole and I asked him for help. Does he know about that and anything else? No, that's it. So, what are you guys going to do? From now on, I need to know your plans in advance so that I can give my opinions. I'll have my assistant update you every day. All right, I'm done. You can leave now. Did you really tell Ship that? That I dreamed about killing Nicole? For me, how could I possibly remember something from so long ago? Even if I did say it, it was just drunken nonsense. Do you remember every dream you had when you wake up the next day? The next day in court, the witness Ship was called again, this time for cross-examination by the defense's lead attorney, Johnny. After a night of research, another side of the former officer's life began to surface. Attorney Johnny's questions were brief but powerful. You've always had a problem with alcohol. You've dated women other than your wife. You've been violent and hit your children while drunk. You and O.J. Simpson weren't the kind of friends who would share personal secrets. Were you? Please. The lawyer's strategy was clear: to tarnish Ship's reputation by highlighting his alcoholism, infidelity, and domestic violence. But that alone was not enough. Next, he returned to Ship's relationship with Simpson, emphasizing to the jury that their interactions were mostly formal and superficial. Finally, he posed a possibility to the jury. Did you ever tell OJ's friends that if it weren't for OJ, you might have had a chance with Nicole Brown? That never happened. Who told you that? Calm down, Mr. Ship. I can't disclose that. You just need to answer whether it ever happened. Objection, irrelevant to the case. Sustained. What does this have to do with your testimony? Even if I did say it, it was just a joke between men. What are you implying? Influenced by the common law tradition of character evidence from England, both federal and California evidence law and precedent stipulate that if a witness's character is proven to be flawed,